Good evening and welcome to my channel. My name's Berenice and they call me Belle for short. Yes, I've been absent without leave. I have been filming, but I'm trying to find something that you'll enjoy, won't get bored with. So I'm going to show you one that you'll get bored with. This. With my son here, it's not the same. I can't just pick up, I feel like I can't pick up the camera and just film ad hoc whenever I feel like it. But he's away down to Cornwall for a few days, so I got some peace. He doesn't call me, he doesn't bother, but yeah, anyway. So I thought 11 o'clock at night here, I've been doing some quilting, but I've made this in the past fortnight, some offcuts. Now you're going to have to forgive me here because remember I made them Mariner's Compass, didn't work out. So I says I need a rest from that because it was really doing my head in. I could get the points but I didn't realise I've got to sew over and one thing and another. So I didn't. So I'm not going to do the second part yet. I might start a complete different one. So I thought I'd do something simple and I'd already cut some 2x3 blocks for the Mariner's Compass. So I thought just carry on, pick some out. I had a big bag of scraps, these here, and some were bigger than, you know, nearly. I think it was layer cake size, 10 inches. So I just made this. Now I've got to put borders on there, but I don't know what colour to put on there yet. It's quite funny to put it on this yellow one. You know, usually I pick red, didn't I? I love red. I seem to love red without even knowing it. But anyway, this is what I'm going to show you this evening, okay? I hope you don't get bored with it. But please do subscribe, like, set the notifications for when I put a video up. When I put a video up, I know. And Sandra, I've forgotten your name again. I was actually concerned about you. You've just sent me a message. Look at me, look at me. To say I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Just busy in summer and I've been sitting outside and things like that. So I do blether a bit through this film as well. But what I was going to say is the past couple of days I've been doing some charity quilts, Linus, which is for babies and that. I think it's over in America. I don't really know much about it. But somebody had asked me to quilt two, which I did. And they're a lovely size to do, cot size, you know, that kind of size, a little bit bigger. And yeah, the meander. So my stitching is certainly coming on better and it's great for practicing. But I've got to do a different patterns now, so. And I said I went to quilting today and I said to the girls, yeah, I really enjoyed it. There's a wool, you will see it, a wool, not in this video, but made of wool Christmas panel. And it was lovely to work on, lovely to feel on the top. So a couple of them said, oh, I've got a couple of liners at home, can you do them? I said, yeah, bring them in, I'll do them. I love it, yeah. Going to quilting, the actual quilting late in life, haven't I? You know, I wish I'd done it 30 years ago. Then again, I had an old man, like, you know, so I couldn't do as much as I might have wanted to at that time. But anyway, yeah, so I am doing stuff and I will get bits and bobs on. Just to let you see what I'm doing and listen to me talking. So anyway, shall we get on with it? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I wasn't going to film this at all, so the first start of it is me at the ironing board, ironing two, you know, two, tongue-tied. I was sewing them in twos and then I ironed them like, and I got my neighbours actually, friends outside who were sitting out there, and I thought, oh, I'd sew them together, but it's opening them up and then pressing them. So we sat out there and one of the women said, this is quite therapeutic, isn't it? The other one's shaking her head, no it's not. Yeah, so, but I did show them the finished project like this. Okay then, so let's get on with this sewing, eh? So I'm in my kitchen. I'm going to press these. They're 2x3 little blocks that I sewed together. A lot of red, a lot of brown and yellow. And I wasn't going to film this, but I thought, yeah, go on. So I'm in my gym jams here, so excuse that if you can see me. So I'm putting the reds towards the top, laying them down, and I'm going to put this Mary Ellen's Best Press. A friend recommended this and I quite like it. It's great when you get new fabric that's folded and you have trouble getting the seams out. I don't get promoted, paid for it. It's just what I'm using. As I say, recommended by a friend. I've got my friends in the garden to open all these seams for me today. So it was very light spray. I was using far too much on a quilt earlier in another time. So, see, I've got a couple of these kind of readies. The camera's away from it, so I can't see what you see. There's most of these yellowy browns with the red as well. I had so much red. I thought I'd better do something. And this is easy done. This is no thinking here. Just strip sewing, chain sewing. I've got quite a bit of it to do. I have no idea how many I've got. No idea of a plan. My son said, "What are you doing?" Don't know, mate. See, I'm going to put them like this. Hope you can see that. Let's have a look. And go from there. I'll either be tomorrow or the next day. Or the next day when I get to it. When we get all this ironing done. And my neighbour says, "Oh my God, that would drive me mad." But I've got the patience for this, I know I have. See, that's a single red. I haven't got another. I think I've got one more of that red. Yeah. I mustn't get mixed up with the ones I've done, which I should be able to see. Let's put two more at the end here. Get as many done at one stand, eh? That back over there. So very lightly I do. Make sure my seam's up away, that one wasn't, see? Yeah, so I can butt them against each other when the reds are on the opposite sides. That's the method in the madness. Some of these are lying quite flat. I hope I haven't done them before. Wouldn't surprise me. This one I haven't. Well, that one, make sure that's up. That's it. That's what I'm going to do for the next hour. So now I have them in sets of 2, and they're oblongs. And I will get them together like so. But first I'm sewing them top to bottom. I've got the red on my right and the other red on my left. Butt up the seams because I've ironed all the reds, all the seams towards the red. I'll get there in the end. I've got a little knee lifter in here on this machine, so that's really handy for this kind of work. And just chain piecing. I've got a lot of these kind of yellows, but I am putting some other colours in as well. And say, right, they're too different, so they're okay. So somebody was asking me about the quilts behind me that you can see. I've got the whole front room's covered in quilts. But I didn't know which one the lady was talking about. The yellow one is a K facet pattern. I made that about 15 years ago. I was just starting to quilt, and I started a lot of hand sewing. So the actual blocks are sewn together, but and the there we go. The squares on point. That's it. They're hand sewn, but 99% of that is all hand stitched applique. and the actual quilting, and I did do it the rocking motion, and yeah, I had bleeding fingers and all the rest of it. I bought the gizmos and that, but I'd kept putting sellotape on there, so I got calluses on there and do the rocking stitch. Of course I didn't get as good as an Amish quilter, but I'm pretty chuffed with it. Yeah, so it does take pride of place. People do admire it. It's cheap yellow cotton fabric. I didn't know anything about fabrics or anything, so it's not, yeah, I would have liked it in a proper cotton. It's a bit, yeah, anyway. The next one to it is a bargello. I bought some again. I bought some cheap fabric from Amazon, and it was quite thick actually, so it wasn't really thin stuff. So I thought, well, I'll make that bargello, and I've quilted that with just straight up and down lines as well. Again, I was still learning free motion, so I just kept it simple with a kind of shiny for thread. But this one here is the Baltimore, and it was it was machine stitched. Obviously it takes a while to cut out the pieces and that. I've made 2 Baltimores, bigger than that as well, all by hand again, all by hand quilted as well. But this one I did do by machine. And I've done a whirligig around the border, and again I was learning, so it's not the best. I said to my son, my circles were coming out as squares. Yeah, so, and let's have a look while I'm here. There's a fan going because of the heat. So that one over there, next to the Cape Facet, hold on. Get the thing. That is a Baltimore kind of theme pattern. I done some blocks, and then I went on to something else, so I just made that into an 8 panel. I might have made 9 or something, but I can't remember. Again, that was a few years ago. The one to the very left of that is, again, that was scraps, and I put them on a wall, I think, and sort of laid them out. So it looks like a bit like a bargello, but they were put up separately. Yeah, so that's some of my quilting. Over there's my cross stitch and black work lady sewing. So over here is a simple charm pack I'd bought from somebody who was selling some fabric when they were moving from our area. So I put that together, and it is a meander again pattern, but that's got a flange on it. I do like flanges, yeah. I keep forgetting to put them on. There's my little quotes, the little hearts that there and that I made myself out of fabric and felt. My beads, my little quotes for mental health, you know, I like to have them around me. That purple one, that's all hand appliqued again. Again, I was going to make a big quilt. Funny enough, I was looking at a video of the 2025 Birmingham show, and somebody had actually completed it all. Again, I think I made 4, but it was too long, so I just made the 3 and put some just any old fabric that was laying around, actually, you know. But yeah, again, I kept that, I appliqued round the flowers and kept it quite simple. And that one in the corner there, that is paper piece block, yeah, so I've put that up. And I've quilted that quite a bit meander, but I've done it with silver thread and a silver and black kind of thing, so it sort of disappears as well. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So that's the quilts in my front room, my living room, and I do sew here as well. Now I do have a cupboard full of quilts. I think I've got about 30, and no, I don't sell them. I can't be bothered. My mental state, that I can't be bothered to, I get anxious if I think, oh, what if they don't like it, what if they send it back, all that kind of thing. And being obligated to post it, you know, straight away. What if I don't want to go down the street that day, because I do have trouble still getting out of the house at times. So I don't put myself under that pressure. I said, nah, I'll just keep them. Easier. See, anxiety, deep breath, anxiety. Yeah, so yeah, I've got quite a few, and of course I'm making more. Yeah, and tomorrow I've got a whole day workshop day of making a bag. I've never made a bag. I don't think I put a zip in. I think I've put hand zipped in, or I might have done it in a pair of trousers once. Probably my husband's, I can't remember. But it'd be school It'll be at school since the last time I put a zip in. So, being 69, nearly 70, yeah, that's well over half a century ago, isn't it? When you say it like that. Yeah. Long time. Yeah, so that's a bit daunting. So last night I had to cut all the bits of fabric, because you've got to cut the outside, you've got to cut the inside, got to cut pockets and little bits at the end, go at the end of the zips apparently. I've got my zips, I've got my handles. Yeah, I've ordered them, like, so I'm all ready to go, and I'll just take my stuff tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to get back to these. And I'm saying I'm doing this because it's pretty simple. It's just old scraps laying around and passes the time for me without thinking. I've got enough thinking about the bag tomorrow. So let's get back onto this, eh? So here I've got a great big pile, hold on, falling on the floor, of fours, like so. So now I'm just going to pick them at random. I've mixed them all up because sometimes you get the colours together, and put them like so. So I'll put that one up away, that's going underneath, this one down. I'm not pressing them. Stick the seams together, so a bit dark in here, I haven't got a light on. And stitch all there. Let's see if I can find the first one. So I've got a block like so. Matching seams. Simple little blocks, just to pass the time away on a hot summer's day. See, some of them I've put like completely different colour in. Just what I happened to pick up off a pile of scraps. So again, that one's going away for me, so this one, I like that there, yep. That's how I like to work, random. Doing it at a different angle. Postman's just been. Look. You're thinking, why have you bought just whites? Saves a lot of cutting, doesn't it? Never done that before. Then I thought, I usually keep them over there so I can see them, but that's going to get dirty. I'm going to have to make a quilt. And then this one. From Amazon. Can't remember the name now. But it looks okay to me. Yeah, yeah. I'm in love. I'm in love again, look. You see? See all the lovely blues? I have no idea what I'm going to do. Because I thought I'd buy the white to go with one of my others. Oh yeah, did I tell you? Didn't tell you, did I? That's from the Loud Elephant. Now, on Amazon, I bought a jelly roll like that before. A girl at my quilting group bought, I think she bought a couple. They're 35 quid, and they're actually, the warehouse is literally down the road from me, about 2 miles away, but you can't go and visit this kind of warehouse. And I put the address to my old address. I thought I'd lost it because I know that person never answered the door, and I'd done it once before when I've moved. But the postman over there, Danny, thank you Danny, he doesn't watch this, but he recognised my name, Berenice obviously, so she doesn't live here anymore, so he put it back to the post office and I got it here. So, done that. Then, yeah, things to do, eh? Things to do. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 I've got them now. And what am I doing? Scraps, leftovers. But I'm doing something easy. Something easy and not taxing. It's so hot here. I can't remember a hot summer like this, but you know what you're like. I remember the days when we were freezing. Yeah, tell you what, my old man. My husband was 14 years older than me. Born in 1941. So of course, he literally was a war baby. I remember when I got an apple and orange and nothing else for Christmas. Me and the boys used to laugh our head off. Now I'm doing it. Yeah. As I said, I'm just doing this because I don't want anything taxing my brain. No, my brain's not in the best place. I'm okay. I had to go to the dentist this morning. I'm ready to go. I felt a bit sick. And my son says, what's the matter? I said, I'm nervous. It's about 15 miles away. I'll take you. I felt awful. He said, you don't have to do it, mummy. You don't have to do anything in life you don't want to, which is true, you know, but I used to love driving. But my confidence is gone. But then I said to him in the car, like, well, I've got to look at it sensibly. At least I'm getting out of the house now. You know, that's a big step. So, yeah. So I've got a chauffeur. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. He's a lovely man. He's a good man. So, yeah. His name's Ian, I-A-I-N, Scottish way. He's got a Scottish accent, yeah. So if he does pop into the video, I'm going to get him to one day. I'm trying to look, see they've got that dark and that dark there. You see them there? You're probably, I hope you're looking at a big television, huge television, and these are massive. So I'm watching The Last Family House, you know, she sits like this at an angle. Her daughter-in-law does editing, so she can zoom in, etc. But see, I've got a lot of these dark ones. I don't want them. I've got to mishmash them around. Let's try this one. Yeah, so she could zoom in and that, you know. But I thought, yeah, different angles would be good, Belle. So, and blethering away instead of actually so oblongs all afternoon. Yeah, but the heat, you know, my old flat, it was north facing, front room. So in the winter I was freezing, like, it was a cold flat, I must admit. I walked in the kitchen, the draft in the cupboard was horrendous. But here, it's 26 at night. At night! Because I've got thermostats, thermometers, whatever they're called, temperature things. One in the kitchen, one here, in the front room, yeah. I'm a bad sleeper anyway, but anyway, it's a long winter, as I say. It's a long winter. I have to get the chair just right for this knee lift, you know what I mean? My little tiny legs as well. But it's great. I'm just blethering away. Some nice little bits in here. I like that as a kind of batik. They're not expensive, these fabrics. I acquired them somewhere. So again, actually I'll put a bit more of that yellowy in that one. I've only got the one. Now I've got to find them. See, there's two. I've got quite a bit of that, so I don't want two of them too near each other. That's my Japanese fabric. I don't know how many I'm making, don't know how big this is going to be. I have got some more red in an old bag. I actually kept the little tiny bits as well, but I said no, I'm going to chuck them. I've made 2 postage stamps, haven't I? Quilts, so I said I'm not going to do them again. I've got too many jelly rolls and batiks, proper batiks. Never mind some people. We've got a new lady, she's been there for about a year or so, like, and with the quilting, and she does much. She actually could to the quilt. She asked me and someone else for some advice. And that, yeah, she done it. She made a grand job of it. And just say with that coloured batik, like, she's cut all the strips, and it's a bit like a bargello, but she's not sewing it as a bargello, she's sewing it an inch or so down, excuse me. So, yeah, I thought, oh, that's complicated. And she brought it to to our morning, laid it all out, and then started sewing. Of course, she's got to pack it up, take it all home again, and do this. Yeah, organised. But talk about organised. So we're talking, where am I? Here we are. Hold on, Patrick. So I'm making a bag tomorrow, or starting a bag. We're doing it over 2 days, this week and then in a fortnight. So I bought zips. We told where to go, a couple of places to go for zips. Look, I'm not sorry where I got it from, but I've got a black mark on that. But it is underneath, so, and I've got the blue one if I wanted to. It's an overnight bag I'm making. A friend said to me, yeah, you need it for when you go overnight. I don't go anywhere overnight. Actually, that's a lie. A couple of times I've stayed at their houses overnight. So, then I bought the handles. So we were told to buy a metre and a bit, so I got that one. I'll tell you why I got these colours, and I got that. And I didn't realise, my son said, that's the gay pride thing, you know. Oh, so it is. I just think a rainbow, but anyway, it's fine for that. But the fabric I'm picking is this. I had quite a few, 2 or 3 metres of it. And I had one with a white background. Again, my friend had said, I'm going to use this as an overnight bag. Says, no, you don't want that because you'll get it dirty with all the nights you're staying out. Yeah, so that's what I picked. So I had to cut them. Yeah, went through the list, ticked them off. And I was a good girl, because I haven't been courses or anything, you know, so to do these things. So there it is, 12 by 16, 2 of them. So when I pick them up, I know exactly what I'm picking up. See, 8 by 16, 1. I have got to get some Velcro, because you've got the handles and the Velcro shut. So I could have put the white one with that inside, but I'm not. I'm putting this one in. So again, I had to cut and label them. I was doing that at 9 or 10 o'clock last night, and I was absolutely roasting, but I knew I needed to get it done, because sometimes I'll leave it to literally to the last minute, and then I avoid doing it. Anxiety, oh, I can't do this, because I am, you know, yeah, I'm anxious about this. The girls will see this after I've made it, hopefully. I should tell them. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow, making a start of that. I really wanted to make a bag for a long time. So I've got my black thread, but I will take cream with me. Might get away with that. But and I thought, well, I've got a bob in there. So I've got bits and bobs to put in the bag and the sewing machine. So I'll take that as well. It's only up the road anyway. So that's what I'm doing. Making a bag, my first time. And then I was looking at somebody, I'll tell you, I'll put her link, I don't think I've even subscribed to the lass. She's an English woman, sounds northerner, and I was watching her the other day for the Birmingham Quilt show, but stuff she bought, like bags, pouches, things like that, so I know she does a lot of hand stitching, so I thought, yeah, if I could get the hang of this, I might like to do that. Because I said to my friend, went to meet a friend for coffee yesterday, and I said, yeah, I bought 2 zips and 2 straps. You know what you're like, you're going to make another one, do you? Don't know, see how I get on. I need my confidence boosted here with this. So that one's not very good, and I don't like the colour. We're flinging that one. We might use that last. And I've got nothing else left. So I hope you enjoy this kind of thing. I needed to have a blether, have a talk, and hold on a minute, get it the right way, Bill, and to get a video. Now I'm going to put this video up. We're well into it now. I was doing the Mariner's Compass, and I'm having a bit of a nightmare, and I will put that in the intro as well, but I'm going to say again, I'm sorry about that. I was having trouble with it, and then joining the curves. Like, I'm learning, and I want you to see the process of trying to learn. I'm not an expert by any means. I've done a bit of the curves and that, but these are quite small. And what was so amazing about watching the Birmingham show, they had miniatures, and they had it was the own size, and she had all little, like a Mariner's Compass, or I started out of a higher star, the one that comes out like that, because apparently you had to make the mini look as if it was, if you zoomed in, it looked like a big quilt. I thought, blimey, that is really hard to do. Mine are that size, these are minute. But another quilt you must see is the hexagons fish. If you put in fish, I think you'll pull it up like over 50,000 quarter of an inch hexagons. It must have taken that woman years. There's big fish, small fish, seahorses. There's even dolphins at the top, the seaweeds and everything. And I've made a few hexagon quilts. And I have made them small, I think about an inch. But yeah, quarter an inch. I can't do it anymore, the old knuckles are going but I used to sit there for hours doing that, because I found sewing on a sewing machine, it was, because I didn't know, quite hard work mentally. I had no one to teach me. But you need people to teach you, or people around you are like-minded. Because, I'm getting a lot of sewing done. Two of the girls were talking again last week, and they were talking about Chichester, which is a town about half an hour away from me, down on the south coast of England. And there's some kind of quilt show, and they have little kits, and you can have a look. That somebody talks, and they're rattling off these names. It was the guild, the Quilters Guild, and they all know him personally. I know no one. You know what I mean? I know no one. We had Caroline Forster, and I didn't realise she was that well known in this country, books and patterns and all the rest of it. So we were like a table, weren't we? Yeah, so that's in November, I think. So I said, can we go? I said to one of my friends, Viv, are you going, like? She looked at Canada, because she likes travelling around, and she's got family up at Norfolk. But, so she said, yeah. I said, I'll be able to drive there myself, because I went to the college there quite a few years ago before I had a mental breakdown and that, for IT, the techie stuff. But, so I'll be all right there, you know what I mean? So it's day as well, so I won't have to drive at night, but then again, maybe somebody will pick me up, So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, widen my horizons, because as I say, I had agoraphobia for 9 or 10 years, and I suffered before that, since my husband died. It's only this past 3 years now that I've been getting out and about. And as I said, my son took me to, I nearly said husband now, son took me to the dentist, and I felt awful guilty. But he said, no, don't worry about it, you're getting old now, thanks. But it's true, I'm getting old, I'm getting less confident. Yeah, I can get out of the house, that's a big step. Because he said to me, I knew last night, and the neighbours, my friends and neighbours know, because I say I go and then I won't, and I go and I won't, and I'm in a panic, I'm in a whirl, But they're getting to know me as well, apparently. So while we're blethering now, I've got a website going. It's called Storrington Quilters, by the way, if you'd like to have a wee look. And I've got that going with the help of my son again, because my confidence, I used to be able to do that walking apart. And things have changed in the last 20 years as well. And I thought, I want a blog, so I bought a program, WordPress like, and I'm in the middle of sort of doing that. So it's more or less saying what I'm saying here, especially about mental health, quilting as well, obviously, and other stuff I might do. But yeah, I want to get on with that. And that's Busy Bee Quilter. So if you do go there, forgive me for the mess of it, because it's nowhere near how I want it. My son's helping me, but we're being a bit busy with one thing or another. So I haven't been able to do it. And it is a lot of mental work for me. You know. We're okay. Doing what we love. Eh? Can't ask for more. Cannot ask for more. So, see, there's a wee brown one in there. I think it'll go. My son goes, how'd you work like that, Mum? He's a little bit, you know, you can't call it OCD because that is an illness, but he's a little bit like that. That's the only way to describe it. Yeah, he wants everything in place and plan and all that, you know. He was in the forces, you know, and I think it's a lot of that's to do with it as well. Yeah, everything has to be organised in their lives back then. I've been filming this for a wee bit. What was it? 19 minutes. So I should get on with this section, and then you can see me when I get these blocks together, okay? Now the next section is the 8s, sewing them together. I haven't pressed them, but the seams are opposite each other. So again, back them up together. It's nearly 10 o'clock at night here, and I've got no bracelets on. I just thought I'd do this bit of filming. Excuse me. I've been to my workshop today and I started making my bag, so it's just making it layered it with bozal, apparently. If anybody knows what that is, it's kind of instead of using batting or wadding, you put bozal on it. It's a stiffer fabric, stiffer stuff, and we used it so it's iron on both sides. Yeah, so I've just done that and quilted most of the 3 bits of it. But I'm enjoying it. It took us all day to do that. It's using 2 ironings between about 15 or 18 of us, 2 ironing boards. But it gives us plenty of time for chatting. Yeah, we had a good day. We all get on great. Right, there's too much yellow there. Look, see, I've got 2 the same there. I'm not keen on that. And I've got another one there, so I'm not doing that one now. Well, that one will do. I'll do this half an hour before I go to bed. See if I can sleep. I'm a terrible sleeper. Restless legs as well. It's mental stuff, but you don't want to hear about that, do you? It is what it is. That's my life. There's another one of them. So I don't want them too near each other. I don't want too many reds like together. See, I've got a Japanese one there. So I don't want to, there's one there. So I'll turn it around. Get it away from each other. Yeah, we do that. I go with instinct. Of course it gets a bit harder when it gets a bit bigger, these blocks, but cross that bridge when we come to it, eh? So I've sewn the 2 blocks of 4 together, and now I'm just pressing them. So it's just a matter of getting the seams the same way, all nice and flat. It is pressing. Make sure they're done, and I'll turn it over. Sometimes I'll give it a little spray of this very lightly. Spray starch. Before we start sewing on the next part, which I would do here, like so. See the opposite yellows. Obviously, like, I'll have this cream in that and brown in there. I wouldn't put them 2 together. But that's what I'm doing. A good part. I have no idea how many I've made. I'm just going as far as it takes me. It's just something relaxing I've been doing the past few days. So I'm putting that one to the right. See, lift it up, press. This one to the left. Hopefully, when I sew them together, it'll work out all right. This seam comes up away here. I'll make sure of that. Because I didn't press, and see, that one's gone a bit wonky. And if it didn't go, a little spray of Best Press. I have to look at labour because it's pretty new to me, that stuff. And just kind of sewing it out. So what we're doing now is on that one to that. I'm doing it so there's a lot of joins here, but the way they're sewn, they are opposites. So that way, they are opposite. I've just done one, so I had a test run. I was a good girl. I butt them together, so there's a little bit out there, but I can square that off. Just want that join. Just make sure everything's hunky-dory, you're not caught in the plate of a machine or anything like that. Go and walk about. The needle on the seam, and if it's slightly over, just tuck that under so it butts under. It's such a fraction of thread on the seam. Now this one underneath is coming towards me, so I'm going to push that one up. I think I'm right. I might have pressed that the wrong way. Not sure. Yeah. So it's just a matter of easing it against the seam there, holding it like that so you can get that 1/4 inch. This one's laying flat. Get this out of the way so it doesn't get caught up in sewing it. On the seam. Now that one is going up, so I'm going to pull this one down. It's the long seam anyway, so it doesn't matter. If it's been like this one, that's got to go down because it's sewn there. Let me see that there. My camera's not very good. I've moved the camera, that's why. There we go. Let's zoom in a bit, hey? So that one there, see, it's sewn there. So I'm going to pull it this way. I can press it that way after. This seam's going the right way. Holding it so it doesn't slip out the way. So I'm going to cut it off here. I would piece it together, chain piece it, just to let you have a little see. There it is together. Now, I can either sew that, look, see, 2 kind of same panels there. You don't notice them, you know, and there's one there. I'm definitely not having that there. So, or that way, or that way. I think I'll do it that way. That's less joints that way, I think. Yeah. As I said, I'm going, you know, making it up as I go along. I don't want to turn that round, look. 2 patterns. I know that's a plain one, but I might get away with that. It's decisions, isn't it? It'll work whatever way I do it. I'm going to do it that way. So, button my work together. And I'm going to zoom in a bit because the light's not very good here. I know. I'm going to put that a little bit closer. Hold on. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? So, I haven't got my wristband on either. It's too warm for wristbands. We're still in a heat wave here, muggy. And it's the, see, so that's sewn down, and that's sewn down. So this didn't work very well here, but I'm not worried. See, I'm going to fold it back and then put it back there. So I'm not an expert. I might have been quilting a few years, but I've had no lessons as such. I haven't been on any courses, or I only learn a bit from my quilting ladies. And even then we'll spend half the time chatting instead of sewing, unless you ask questions. Obviously workshops are different, but yeah, I haven't been on any courses away from home or anything. So, all self-taught. Most of it. Like my computer, all self-taught. So, matching it up. Button it together. That one's a bit wide. I didn't like that one. But I hope that's okay. A bit worried about that one now. We'll see, if not we can undo it. Let me get stuck in the seam. Put that in order there. We'll soon find out. We'll soon find out when we open it. It's slightly out, but nothing to write home about. No, I'm happy with that. See it there? See it there? 2 threads. It's quite effective, isn't it? I'm really pleased with it. It's funny. See, that one's more out than the one I was worried about. So I shall put these other blocks together like this, and then we'll put the next section together. Here I am laying it on the floor. I've sewn some bits together. I've sewn this section together. You can see it move there. I didn't do any measurements. It's all ad hoc with me. And I've sewn these together, so I'll put them on there now. But all these others, oh, puffy. I'm not fit to do this. My poor old back. Poor old back. Feel sorry for me. See, I've done 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there. I'll put one that side, but I might put another. What I was thinking of doing is to make it that bit longer, split that in half, put a 4, just to get that little bit of length. And I've got some more on the sofa here. And what's my other stuff? Yeah, bits and bobs there. So, I'll show you it when I've got this lot together. So I do hope you like watching this video. It is a bit of a long one. That's making up for lost time that I hadn't put anything up. It did turn out well. It'd be lovely when I put a border on it. When I put the border in and I actually quilt it, I'll see what pattern. I'm going to do a new pattern on here when I actually quilt it and make another video, okay? So please do subscribe if you haven't. It doesn't cost you anything. Set the notifications so you can know when I put my next video up, and the likes and the shares. It does my analytics good. Yeah, promotes me a little bit, you know. I lost a couple of subscribers, but I'm not worrying about that couple. As long as I don't lose 1,500 that I've got, I'll be happy with that. So again, thank you for watching, and do take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.